Welcome to the series of lecture on finite element analysis. In this part, we are going to take up a heat transfer problem. We are going to derive the mathematical model and element characteristic equation of a cooling fin. What is a cooling fin? What are the applications of cooling fin? Cooling fins are used to increase the rate of heat transfer from the heat source and thereby it will increase the cooling rate. There are many applications for this cooling fin. In mechanical engineering, the IC engine cooling fins are used to cool the cylinder head. In electrical engineering, electrical motor generators, all these are cooled by using the cooling fin. In computers, we have cooling fins to cool the microprocessor and circuit board. There are so many applications are there for cooling fin. In this part, we are going to make a mathematical model of the cooling fin. After that, we are going to derive the element characteristic equation for the cooling fin by using the one-dimensional line element. Before going to the mathematical model, we will quickly go through what are the various modes of heat transfer available. There are three modes of heat transfer possible. One is conduction, another one is convection, then third one is radiation. Conduction, the heat energy is transferred by direct contact. That means the conduction takes place within the medium, so mostly in solids. So to quantify the amount of heat transferred through conduction mode, we can use the Fourier's law. Then in convection, the heat is transferred due to the movement of the molecules. It is mainly from solid to liquid or gases. The convection will takes place. To quantify the amount of heat transfer through convection mode, we can use the Newton's law of cooling. In the third mode, radiation, the heat energy is transferred by electromagnetic waves. Without any media, the heat is transferred from the source. So the best example is from the sun we are getting the heat energy. That is the best example for radiation. We can measure the amount of heat transferred through radiation by using the Stefan Boltzmann law. In case of cooling fin, we are going to consider only two modes of heat transfer, conduction and convection. These are the major modes involved in a cooling fin problem. Let us see. We are going to consider uniform cross-sectional cooling fin like this. So to make a mathematical model, usually we will start from the free body diagram, then we will apply equilibrium equation, then we will use the constitutive equation to get the governing differential equation. The same procedure we are going to follow here. So this is the schematic representation of the cooling fin. Left end is attached to the source, heat source. The temperature of the heat source is T naught, and the right end of the cooling fin is kept open to atmosphere. The atmospheric temperature is T infinity, and there are two modes of heat transfer takes place in this cooling fin. One is through the material. We have mode of heat transfer conduction, and from the surface of the cooling fin heat is dissipated to atmosphere, that is the convection mode. We are going to consider this conduction mode as well as the convection mode for deriving the governing differential equation of a cooling fin problem. To determine the amount of heat dissipated through conduction, we are using the Fourier law. What is Fourier law? That is Q. The amount of heat transferred is equal to minus Ka dt by dx, where this K is called a thermal conductivity. Unit is watt per meter degree Celsius, and A is area of cross section, because conduction takes place inside the material, that is perpendicular to the area of cross section. That is why this area of cross section is considered in Fourier's law. Then dt by dx is nothing but temperature gradient. For measuring the amount of heat due to convection mode, we are going to apply the Newton's law of cooling. Q, amount of heat transferred Q is equal to, we are using capital Q for conduction, small letter q for convection. Q is equal to HPL T minus T infinity, where H is called a coefficient of heat convection. Then this P and L. P is perimeter, L is the length of the fin. This is called the surface area of the cooling fin, because convection takes place from the surface. So we are considering the surface area. Perimeter multiplied with the length will give you the surface area of the fin, multiplied with temperature difference T minus T infinity. These two equations are used for deriving the governing differential equation of cooling fin problem. For deriving the governing differential equation, first we have to consider a small elemental length dx. So here also we are considering a small elemental length of cooling fin dx. Using this, we are going to draw the free body diagram. So this is the free body diagram of the elemental length dx. To this free body, we are applying the amount of heat which is coming towards the body, and the amount of heat is dissipated from this body. So heat in, heat out. Let us say heat in is Q and heat out is Q plus dq. After passing through this dx length, some amount of heat is dissipated through conduction, so that is considered as dq. For this dx length, from the surface of this dx length, some amount of heat is dissipated through convection, that is measured like this. Hp dx is the length T minus T infinity. Now we are going to apply the equilibrium equation by considering heat in as a positive, heat coming out of the body as negative heat. Now we can write the equilibrium equation Q minus Q plus dq, then minus Hp dx T minus T infinity, which is equal to 0. So the total heat will be equal to 0, that is the equilibrium condition. From this equilibrium equation, we will get minus dq, that is the q and the q will get cancelled. So minus dq minus Hp dx T minus T infinity equal to 0. We are going to divide this equation by dx. Then we will get minus dq by dx. Here the dx will be cancelled. So you will get Hp T minus T infinity equal to 0. So this is arrived from equilibrium equation. Now we have to replace this q in terms of our field variable. What is the field variable here? Temperature is the field variable. For replacing the q, we are going to apply this constitutive equation. Here the constitutive equation is the Fourier's law. Q is equal to minus Ka dt by dx. When you apply this one here, so we will get minus d by dx of minus Ka dt by dx, here minus Hp T minus T infinity equal to 0. We are keeping one minus sign here in this governing differential equation. So we will get minus Ka d square T by dx square. Now this minus will become plus Hp T minus T infinity is equal to 0. This is the governing differential equation for this cooling fin problem by considering both conduction as well as convection mode of heat transfer. Here we are not considering the radiation mode. Now this is the second order differential equation, right hand side 0. So second order homogeneous differential equation. We have already seen most of the engineering phenomenon or most of the engineering problem can be described by using the second order differential equation. Here also we are getting the second order differential equation for the heat transfer in cooling fin. For any mathematical model, we have to write these three things. First one is governing differential equation for this cooling fin problem, minus Ka d square T by dx square plus Hp T minus T infinity. So this is for conduction, this is for convection. This is equal to 0. What is the domain? The length of the cooling fin is the domain. So x is varying from 0 to L. We are considering the x direction is along the axis of the fin. What are the boundary conditions possible For this cooling fin at x equal to 0, this is left end. So left end is attached to the source. So the temperature T equal to T. Now coming to the right end at x equal to L. At x equal to L, this right end, there are two possibility for right end boundary condition. First one is the right end may be kept open to atmosphere. In that case, how to define the boundary? Minus Ka dt by dx. What is this one? Amount of heat conducted, which is equal to Ha T minus T infinity. That is amount of heat convected through this free end. So here you see, if you want to describe it as a open end, then boundary condition will be like this. Amount of heat conducted at this point will be equal to amount of heat convected. That is amount of heat transferred through convection. You see, H into A we are using. Why we are using A? Because heat convection takes place from the free end area of cross section, not from the surface. So that area we are considering T minus T infinity. T is the temperature at the free end. Suppose if this end is insulated by using some insulation material, so in that case, how to represent that boundary condition? It is minus Ka dt by dx is equal to 0. There will not be any heat convection takes place at the free end because it is insulated. So for that reason, we are representing this one minus Ka dt by dx is equal to 0. This is a boundary condition for the insulated end. This is the mathematical model for the cooling fin problem. After arriving this mathematical model, what we do is we will try to establish the element characteristic equation. For getting this element characteristic equation, we are going to use the one-dimensional line element for this problem. The one-dimensional line element is nothing but linear element. In this case, the order of differentiation is 2. So we cannot use the one-dimensional line element as it is for solving this cooling fin problem. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert this governing differential equation into a weak form by using the Galerkin approach. What we did in the earlier cases, right? In bar problem, beam problem, right? The same approach we are going to use here. So let us see first how to convert the weak form. Then we will go to the element characteristic equation. So how to convert the weak form of the governing differential equation? So for that, first we have to assume the governing differential equation as a residual function. Why it is residual function? When you apply any trial function for this temperature T, which is in the governing differential equation, then this equation will not be equal to 0, it will not satisfy. So we will get some residue or error. So that is why when you substitute any trial function for this governing differential equation, the governing differential equation will become the residual function. Now after having the residual function, we can apply the Galerkin's approach. What is the Galerkin equation? We have to multiply the residual function with some weight function, then integrate this product over the domain and equate to 0. So this is called a Galerkin equation. We have to see what is the weight function. We will see. Now we will use this Galerkin equation for the cooling fin problem. Substitute the r of x, integral 0 to L d by dx of minus Ka dt by dx plus hp t minus t infinity into w of x dx. This is the Galerkin equation for this problem. Now we are going to split this into two integration because we have a additional symbol. So first integration is for the conduction, second integration for convection. Let us see. So this is the two parts of the Galerkin equation. First part is for conduction, second part is for convection. Right hand side 0. Now in this first part, inside the integral symbol, we have the differential operator. As we discussed earlier, this equation is called integral differential equation. By using the integral by parts formula, we can reduce the order of differentiation present inside the integration. So we are going to apply that. So here, this second part of this integration is splitted into two parts because we have t minus t infinity. So we are getting this integral 0 to L hp t w of x dx minus integral 0 to L hp t infinity w of x dx equal to 0. This term, this is splitted into two parts. Now we are going to apply only for this part integral by parts formula. So what is integral by parts formula? Integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. So for this equation, what is u? U is w of x. What is dv? dv is this one. So v is equal to minus ka dt by dx. After applying the integral by parts formula, first we will get a uv term. What is uv? This is the uv term, minus ka dt by dx is v, w of x is u, and we have to apply limit 0 to L, then minus integral v du. So here integral 0 to L, this is v minus ka dt by dx, u is w, so we are getting dw by dx. Then remaining two terms we are writing as it is. In this equation, we are keeping this term in the left hand side and this term also in the left hand side, and we are going to take this and this to the right hand side. So this minus of minus will become plus. So integral 0 to L ka dt by dx dw by dx into dx plus this part integral 0 to L hp t w of x dx. So this is for conduction, this is for convection. Then this part is taken to the other side. So we have plus integral 0 to L hp t infinity w of x dx, and this term is taken to the other side of the equation. So this is also given ka dt by dx w of x 0 to L. Here this term is called a boundary term. What is ka dt by dx is qx multiplied by w of x. This is depends upon the boundary condition, we are going to write it. So we will see how to find this boundary term first. Once you know the boundary term, then this is going to be the weak form of our governing differential equation of the cooling fin problem. So let us see what is the value of this boundary term quickly. Now what is the boundary term? Q of x w of x, which is equal to ka dt by dx w of x, right? What are the two boundaries? We have at x equal to 0 left hand one boundary and x equal to L right hand one boundary. Now we will see what will happen for this term at x equal to 0. At x equal to 0, q of 0 x equal to 0 minus ka dt by dx will be equal to 0 because it is attached to source, there will not be any convection. So the ka dt by dx will be equal to 0. Now at x equal to L, as we discussed earlier, there are two possibilities. If end is free or open to atmosphere, then we will have minus ka dt by dx is equal to ha tl minus t infinity. Suppose if end is insulated, what will happen? The q of L will become 0. Now in this case, this minus ka dt by dx equal to ha tl minus t infinity for end is open. We are taking this minus sign to the other side. So we will get ka dt by dx is equal to ha t infinity minus tl. So we are going to consider this term as the boundary term here. Q of L or W of L. If end is free, then only we will get this term. Otherwise, the Q of x, W of x term will totally 0 for insulated end. So when you derive the element characteristic equation, we have to consider whether this particular node is free to atmosphere or it is insulated like that. Now after knowing this boundary term, we will go to the derivation of the element characteristic equation. So this is the weak form of the governing differential equation of the cooling fin problem. So here we have the first part for conduction, this part is for convection. In the right hand side we have, this is called a thermal load due to convection, and this is the thermal load due to convection in the free end. If the end is not free, this term will not come. This is thermal load due to convection from surface. Okay. Now this part going to give the stiffness matrix for conduction. This term going to give stiffness matrix for convection. This term is going to give thermal load. This is the weak form of the governing differential equation. Why weak form? Because the order of differentiation is reduced by half. So here we have only first order differentiation dt by dx and dw by dx. Now we can apply the finite element one dimensional line element for solving this problem. In case of one dimensional line element, already we discussed the characteristics of one dimensional line element in earlier videos. So if you take this one dimensional line element with the two end node 1 and 2, here the nodal parameters are temperature, so T1 and T2 we are assuming. What will be the interpolation function inside the element? If you want to find the temperature T of x, it will be in terms of N1 and N2, that is N1 T1 plus N2 T2, where these N1 and N2 are shape functions which are already derived. So N1 in terms of local coordinate system 1 minus x by L, N2 is x by L. Then we are going to consider this N1 and N2 as the weight function which going to be used here in the weak form. So now when we use this N1 as weight function, we will get one equation, the first equation of the simultaneous equations. When we use the N2 as the weight function here, we will get the second simultaneous equation. These two simultaneous equation, when we write it in matrix form, that is going to be the element characteristic equation for the cooling fin problem. Let us see how to derive that element characteristic equation. First, we are going to substitute T of x is equal to N1 T1 plus N2 T2 here, and weight function as N1. W is substituted as N1. So here also we are substituting T and W. So here W is replaced with N1. Since we have a additional symbol plus sign, this integration will be splitted into two terms like this. Similarly, here also we have a plus term, so we will get two terms like this. These are the two elements of the stiffness matrix of conduction. These are going to give the two elements of the stiffness matrix for convection. And in the right hand side, we are having the thermal load integral hp T infinity N1 dx like this. Now we will see substituting T of x is N1 T1 plus N2 T2 here, and W of x as N2 dN2 by dx. So again we will get this is a T and W of x. Here W of x we are substituting. So here when you split this plus sign, so we will get two terms for this conduction, and here also we can split this one. So we will get two terms for convection matrix, and the right hand side we will have thermal load. These are the notations used 1 and 2 for node 1 and node 2, but we can say in general what is the element for the stiffness matrix for conduction. First, this is 1 2 element, similarly here 2 2 element like this. So in general we can say the elements of stiffness matrix can be written like this: Kij is equal to integral 0 to L Ka dni by dx dnj by dx into dx. So where I and j varying from 1 to 2. Similarly, elements of stiffness matrix for convection Kij is equal to integral 0 to L hp ni nj dx. In elements of thermal load, we have Qj is equal to integral 0 to L hp T infinity nj dx. So now we are going to quickly see what are the elements of the stiffness matrix for conduction, convection and the thermal load. Then we can arrange the element characteristic equation. We will see how to evaluate the elements of the stiffness matrix for conduction. In general, this is the integral 0 to L Ka dni by dx dnj by dx into dx. So for writing the first element K11, it is integral 0 to L Ka dn1 by dx dn1 by dx into dx. What is dn1 by dx? N1 is 1 minus x by L. When you differentiate that, you will get minus 1 by L. So minus 1 by L minus 1 by L dx. So we can take the constant outside Ka by L square. Remaining will be integral 0 to L dx. So for this we will get one L. After integration, substitute the limit, we will get Ka by L as the first term or first element of the stiffness matrix for conduction K11. So when you find K22, for K22 also we will get same term Ka by L. Similarly, when you try to find the K12 element, what is K12? Integral 0 to L Ka dn1 by dx into dn2 by dx. Here 1 and 2 we are using, and substituting dn1 by dx, it is minus 1 by L, dn2 by dx is plus 1 by L. When you multiply this one, you will get minus Ka by L square integral dx. Finally, we will get minus Ka by L. If you find the K21, then also we will get minus Ka by L. When you arrange all this term in matrix form, we will get Ka by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 like this. It's a 2 by 2 matrix. Similarly, we can find the elements of the stiffness matrix for convection. So what is the expression? K11 integral 0 to L HP N1 N1 dx. So substitute the N1 value 1 minus x by L, 1 minus x by L. We multiply these two and we have to integrate this expression and substitute the limit. We will get the value as HPL by 3 for K11. When you find the expression for K22 also we will get the same expression HPL by 3. Now coming to K12 for convection matrix, integral 0 to L HP N1 N2 dx. So substitute N1 and N2 value, multiply these two and do the integration and apply the limit, then we are getting the value as HPL by 6. For K21 also we will get the same value. So when you write a matrix form, we will get HPL by 6 2 1 1 2. Here for HPL by 3 we are getting this 2, HPL by 6 we are getting 1. So this is the matrix for convection. Now coming to the thermal load Qj. So for first node Q1, integral 0 to L HP T infinity N1 dx. So substituting the N1 value, taking the constant outside the integration. Now this is the integration of 1 minus x by L, then apply the limit. We are getting the term like this HPL T infinity by 2. Then Q2 integral 0 to L HP T infinity N2 we are substituting. What is N2? Which is x by L, and do the integration, apply the limit, we are getting the same expression HP T infinity L by 2. So when you write in matrix form, in the right hand side it is going to be a column matrix. So HP T infinity L by 2 1 1 we will get. So when you combine these three, stiffness matrix for conduction, convection and the thermal load, we are able to write the element characteristic equation like this. So element characteristic equation for a cooling fin problem, if the second node is not open to atmosphere or insulated, then we will get the equation like this: AK by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 plus HBL by 6 2 1 1 2 multiply by T1 T2. The right hand side we have HPL T infinity by 2 1 1. Here we can just compare with the bar problem. Stiffness matrix for the bar problem is AE by L. So here we are getting AK by L. Instead of E we will get the thermal conductivity K. Similarly, this matrix can be compared with the mass matrix of longitudinal vibration problem. In that we will get rho AL by 6. Here we are getting HPL by 6 2 1 1 2. Like that you can easily remember these two matrices. Then right hand side, this is called thermal load due to convection. So HPL T infinity by 2 1 1. If the end is not open, we will get this equation. Suppose if the second node is open to atmosphere, then we will have two additional terms. Now the node 2 is free or open to atmosphere. In that case, K conduction AK by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Here K convection HPL by 62112. This is conduction through material. This is convection through surface. Here we are having the third part because this end is open to atmosphere. So there is a convection through this free end. So that convection is accounted here 00 HA. So this HA is taken only for the node 2. This HA will be multiplied with T2. When you come into this right hand side thermal load, this HPL T infinity by 2, this is for the thermal load due to surface convection. Then this part is thermal load due to free end convection 0 HA T infinity. So this is considered for free end convection. So these two terms, this term and this term is additional term if the second node is open to atmosphere, we have to remember. So when you solve the problem, you have to carefully see that whether the given node is open to atmosphere or it is connected to the adjacent node like that. That we will see when we solve the example problem. Here the boundary term, we have already defined this one, Q of x, W of x equal to HA T infinity minus TL. So this is considered here. HA TL is taken as the stiffness matrix. Here HA T infinity is taken as the thermal load here. So the thermal load only for convection we will get. This is the thermal load for surface convection. This is thermal load for free end convection. In this part, we have derived the mathematical model for the cooling fin problem, and also we derived the element characteristic equation using one-dimensional line element for solving this cooling fin problem. In the next part, we will see some example problem how to use this element characteristic equation of cooling fin. Thank you for your passion listening.